Welcome to the presentation on food allergies. My name is Naomi Yorde, and this is for MLIS 7120. This presentation is intended for people who have just discovered they have a food allergy, suspect they may have a food allergy, or know someone who has a food allergy. It should give you a starting point for learning more on how to live with food allergies. What is a food allergy? According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, for people with food allergies, the immune response their body produces to normally safe items, in this case food, can lead to serious illness and even death. Symptoms of allergic reactions may include hives, flushed skin or rash, tingling or itchy sensation in the mouth, face, tongue, or lip swelling, vomiting and/or diarrhea, abdominal cramps, coughing or wheezing, dizziness and/or lightheadedness, swelling of the throat and vocal cords, difficulty breathing, and loss of consciousness. Different foods often produce different reactions, but with each individual, they may experience allergies differently. For example, peanuts are more likely to cause anaphylaxis than wheat or dairy. There are also different severities of food allergies. It is estimated that 1 in 200 cases of anaphylaxis results in death. Other foods may produce more mild responses, such as hives or rashes. There are currently 8 major foods and food groups that account for 90% of all allergies. These are milk, eggs, fish, crustacean shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, and soybeans. As of the FASTER Act signed on April 23, 2021, sesame will be added as the 9th major allergen. This will take effect in 2023 when products must start labeling sesame as an allergen on packaging. According to the Food Allergen Labeling and Consumer Protection Act of 2004, approximately 2% of adults and 5% of infants and young children in the United States suffer from food allergies. The amount of children with food allergies is now estimated to be between 4 and 8%. Allergies can affect anyone, sometimes from birth and sometimes developing later in life. There is no cure for food allergies. The only solution is to avoid the food which the consumer is allergic to. The Food and Drug Administration takes steps to ensure that consumers are protected from allergens. These include creating regulatory requirements, providing industry guidance, conducting surveillance, and taking regulatory actions when necessary. The FDA inspects manufacturers to make sure they are following all guidelines and requires them to put policies in place explaining how they are avoiding cross-contamination. They also monitor allergic reactions that come through the FDA's Consumer Complaint System. They monitor undeclared allergens through the Reportable Food Registry to find out about products that have not listed allergens. The FDA conducts surveys and sampling periodically to find out information about allergens in products and to see if they are meeting the standards. The Food Allergen Labeling and Consumer Protection Act of 2004 is important legislation that has positively impacted the lives of those living with food allergies. It has enabled consumers to clearly see what ingredients are in the products they're buying. Now manufacturers must list all ingredients on their packaging and include the 8 major allergens in bold so they are easy to identify. They must also state if a product may contain an ingredient or if it was manufactured on shared equipment with an allergen. The CDC has many resources on their website for handling food allergies in schools. This is a difficult problem because there are many kids in one place and they might have different allergies with different severities. Documents such as voluntary guidelines for managing food allergies in schools and early care and education centers, or the Food Allergy Action Plan, can be a great resource for parents and teachers who are worried about students with allergies. Additionally, the CDC has blog posts discussing food allergies in restaurants, highlighting the importance of staff training and ingredients lists. In the example, a mother asks for an ingredient menu because her daughter is allergic to shrimp, and the restaurant has all the information available through knowledgeable staff. This is important because 30,000 people go to the emergency room for food-related allergic reactions each year, and 1 in 3 of these happen in a restaurant. Food allergies can be challenging because people eat many foods that contain multiple ingredients and often eat foods prepared outside their homes by other individuals. To help with this, the USDA has links to various food allergy resources on their website. One of the links is to the Food Allergy Research and Education website, which has different articles on living with food allergies, cooking for people with food allergies, research and innovation, and more. These can be helpful for anyone learning to live with a food allergy themselves, or assisting with a friend or family member who is allergic to one of the 8 major allergens. Next, we will go over a case study focusing on celiac disease to give an example of a particular food allergy and the legislation and resources that have been developed around it. An estimated 3 million Americans have celiac disease, which is an autoimmune digestive disorder that can vary in severity. As of 2013, manufacturers are required to test products before labeling them as gluten-free in order to meet the minimum requirement of less than 20 parts per million of gluten in the food. The FDA is responsible for upholding this standard and checks on products to make sure manufacturers are complying with the standards. Gluten occurs naturally in wheat, rye, and barley, and is commonly found in breads, cakes, pasta, and many other foods. If left unmonitored, celiac disease can cause other serious health problems, such as nutritional deficiencies, osteoporosis, slow growth, infertility, miscarriages, and intestinal cancers. The FDA has an article talking about the effects of the 2013 rule 3 years later, and how it has positively impacted those with celiac disease. In an interview with Dr. DeLima and Dr. Fasano, Dr. DeLima mentions that the primary intention of the ruling was to help people suffering from celiac disease, but ultimately it helps anyone involved, like people with a gluten sensitivity, or caregivers, or food preparers. Everyone was so in the dark in the past regarding foods containing gluten, but now it is much more transparent and easier to navigate. All of this information is helpful if you are new to having a food allergy or know someone who has a food allergy. To recap, do you need to know the types of allergies or possible reactions? Visit the FDA or CDC websites to find out. Do you need help preparing food for a friend or family member who is newly diagnosed with a food allergy? You can browse the resources on the USDA website, such as the Food Allergy Research and Education website, that has a lot of information on living with food allergies. Having a food allergy or knowing someone with one doesn't have to be confusing or scary if you know where to look for resources to help you navigate a new lifestyle. Thank you.